What happens when a company that once claimed to be committed to human rights and safety suddenly turns its back to build weapons that would harm these very humans? Google's parent company Alphabet has reversed its earlier stance on using its AI technology in ways that could lead to harm, such as weapons or surveillance in its quest to support national security. But how did they get here? Let's find out. Considering how difficult it is to make an important decision that has a major impact on the growth of a big business, how easy is it to go back on one's word that has gone global? Currently, Google is getting backlash from many people globally for its latest decision to reverse its original promise not to use artificial intelligence technology in weapons or surveillance. The initial statement was made public in 2018 to discourage Google employees from quitting their jobs. They were protesting the company's decision to collaborate with the United States Department of Defense on Project Maven, which involved military drones. Employees were concerned that this partnership could result in the creation of autonomous weapons. Therefore, Google refused to renew this contract and put in place measures and guidelines that will describe the use of its ever-advancing technologies in the future, promising not to pursue the use of its AI for such purposes. They promise not to use their technology for weapons designed primarily to cause injury or anything that can cause or is likely to cause overall harm to people. And neither will they use the information for surveillance in any way that will violate the law or globally accepted human rights. Google seemed committed to these principles at the time. It's worth noting that in September 2022, Google walked out of the Nimbus cloud computing project, a partnership that also involved Amazon Web Services and Israel's Ministry of Defense. This project was designed to provide AI and machine learning tools to the Israeli military. The irony is that barely 2 years later, Google had turned its back on its initial promises. Perhaps you're asking, what could have led to this? Could it be that Google never thought of the implications of their initial commitment? Or maybe they didn't envisage that artificial intelligence would be the frontier of technology so soon. So let's talk about what could have made Google change its AI principles. Despite reviewing its AI policies in its recent update in February 2025, Google maintained that they're committed to adhering to principles of international laws and human rights. They stated that they'll emphasize 3 new principles, offering assistance, empowerment, and inspiration across all fields. They aim to pursue AI responsibly throughout its entire lifespan and focus on helping others using AI positively. Before the review, the company announced plans to invest $75 billion in AI projects in 2025, with a focus on AI research and applications like AI-powered search. This new decision now gives Google access to sell products like mass surveillance tools and drones, as well as software designed to speed up lethal decisions. Target generation software that is specifically made to speed up the decision to take lives. This has raised huge concerns among military AI experts, who are worried about the ethical implications of empowering algorithms to take lives. They're also concerned about dehumanization and the risk of bias in target selection, among many others. This leaves us wondering why a company would suddenly change its mind on such a critical move. Is it more about what's in it for Google? But did you know that Google isn't the first company to change its mind about the use of AI for wars? Top AI companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, and Meta relaxed their AI usage policies after a meeting on AI development during Biden's administration. They agreed to let U.S. intelligence and defense agencies use their AI systems in 2024 to support national security. These 3 prominent companies explain their shift in commitment by stating that they prioritize U.S. national security and do not allow their AI to cause harm to people. Google pointed to the need for global competitiveness in AI, the challenges posed by its complex geopolitical landscapes, and the goal of protecting national security as reasons for lifting the AI ban. But how is artificial intelligence weaponized? Following the turn of events in the AI space, the quest to prioritize machine learning and deep learning has moved beyond just learning concepts to commercialization. The accelerated want for high-speed communication does not only affect innovations and investments, but also the quest for AI chips. With this sporadic growth, AI is definitely on its way to revolutionizing warfare. The fact that we're being led into a potential war that has no boundaries or borders is quite frightening. More frightening is the fact that, no thanks to autonomous weapons, this war may break out even without human intervention, hence making it difficult to control. The mere thought that AI machines can be programmed to perform certain tasks without human intervention is a big risk. This concern sprang up due to the use of automated control weapons without sufficient human supervision and the fact that it can cause unintended killing. The U.S. Department of Defense described an autonomous weapons system as one that, once activated, can select and engage targets without further intervention by a human operator. But all autonomous weapons are not the same. They're classified based on their level of independence from human control. There are autonomous weapons that are supervised by and fully dependent on humans. Some are designed to engage targets selected by humans. The last one is independent without human intervention. It can select and engage targets by itself. Ironically, AI has been used in warfare to enhance military capabilities and improve strategic performance both during and after war. It's been used to analyze risks and estimate the potential harm of military decisions. Also, AI's been used to develop guided weapon systems such as drones and smart missiles. For instance, in the ongoing Russia and Ukraine war, Ukraine relied solely on artificial intelligence to gain an advantage on the battlefield. Ukraine utilizes Palantir to analyze satellite images, open-source data, drone footage, and ground reports. With the help of these technologies, military commanders are provided with a variety of options to pick from. It's been used to collect data concerning evidence of war crime, helping refugees, and clearing landmines. Companies like Microsoft, Amazon, and Google have also contributed to these efforts. However, there is an urgent need for regulation. If not regulated, everyone's life is at risk, including yours. What does this mean? The need for urgent regulation. AI development is an eye-opener. It's drawn the attention of many to new opportunities. However, this enlightenment could also be quite dangerous if used for personal objectives. Its use for mass surveillance, discrimination, and war tools, among others, has consistently undermined the human rights of the most underrepresented in society. The fast growth of AI and its use in military or warfare is a matter to be looked into without further delay. Without regulation of the use of AI, we're likely to find ourselves in a world controlled by AI autonomous weapons without any reasonable oversight. The United Nations Civil Society has long debated the prospect of banning killer robots, and the European Union has called for stricter AI governance. However, this effort does not seem to be in motion yet. The task of regulating AI might not be so easy to accomplish due to its complexities. AI does not refer to a single technology. It finds wide applications from one domain to another, both in the public and private space. Therefore, developing and using these tools requires the cooperation of many stakeholders. AI is a product of labor, software, and financial input, so any regulations must capture its whole existence. Prioritizing ethical responsibilities over military advantage will go a long way in mitigating the spread and use of AI weapons. The fact that tools that humans have shaped can eventually end up shaping humans is one of the numerous reasons why rules must be put in place. If we don't, we may wake up one day to find ourselves in a world where machines now dictate the tenet of war. We need to act fast. So the question is, what can be done? There's a need for regulations that bind and hold major key players in the AI space accountable for any mistakes or errors in the use of AI tools. Human rights should be protected and placed ahead of companies' quest for profit. Systems that violate fundamental human rights should be banned without considering their efficiency. Also, global decisions should be placed above national regulations, so that specific AI systems banned in some countries will not be taken to other countries for use. The current use of AI in military targeting in Ukraine and the Middle East has called into question its nature and potential risks to global security, thereby increasing calls for regulation on its use. To what degree should AI be left alone to make military decisions? And yes, that's the whole story. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.